And we are back on Out and About today, talking with one of my favorite people in the world, Del Shores. So many people love his work. They love Del. Del, this has been such a great time having you here. I'm so glad we were able to do the full one-on-one with you on Out and About today. So, you know, we started the show kind of talking about sordid lives, and, you know, of course, that has brought you so many fans and continues to bring you more and more fans. What was it like when you got the chance to do Very Sordid Wedding, which, you know, how many years between Sordid Wedding and Sordid Lives occurred?
It was you know, it was 15 years, 16 years between the two, and it was one of those things I struggled with. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this and keep it fresh? And what was beautiful about, you know, independent filmmaking, you're raising money, you're trying to raise money, and then right in the middle, we were delayed with a big chunk of money fell apart in our fundraising of the film, and then the Supreme Court handed us a decision on gay marriage, and I went back and I rewrote accordingly, and it was the biggest gift. That delay was such a gift, and that's what I felt made it fresh.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's take a look right now at what we're talking about. This is A Very Sordid Wedding, and we'll talk about this on the backside.
Go back. No cakes, no flowers, no photos.
Our kind of Christianity frightens me.
Some things in the Bible that just do not make a lick of sense to me.
Well, I live by the Bible, Sissy. I don't need it to make sense.
That doesn't sound right.
You can't swing a cat in this town without hitting a bigot.
Folks who want to tell you how to live your life.
Gays can't get married in the church.
This feels like a trick question.
Gays can't get married in the courthouse.
Hearts and minds are changing.
We have stopped equality.
Anti-equality works both ways.
And we must stop villainizing our own children.
Okay, a clip from A Very Sordid Wedding. Just love that. So, Del, what was it like, though, when you brought it all together? I mean, I love the fact that you were able to include what you did because of the delay, but then the whole experience of doing that after you'd started Sordid Lives so many years ago, what was it like actually making the film and working with everyone?
It was like a family reunion, truly, because we all are, most of us are still very close. And we have done so much together, from events to charity events, and, you know, the movie, the series, and lots of fundraising. So it was great. It was great to see everybody and to see them embrace their roles again. It was, you know, it was a combination of the series cast and the film cast.
Yeah, it was absolutely terrific. So another thing that's always amazed me is your eye for seeing talent early on, because I remember even when I came out to see Cheatin', when, you know, back in the 80s, the play at that little theater, you know, in LA, and Patrika Darbo and Molly McClure, and some of these people that went on, and they were such authentic, raw, you know, characters that I think everybody said, oh, I know that person, I know that person. Octavia Spencer, I mean, you were one of the first people to work with her. Have you ever kind of questioned what is it about you that you can kind of say, that person, that's the character I'm looking for, but they also have the goods to deliver that character?
Yeah, and you know, Chuck, for me, and, you know, you and I go way back to Joan Darling's acting class, and that's where I started spotting a lot of people, and I go, I want to work with that person. I want to work with that person. And then I started writing, I want to write for that person. And that's kind of been how I've built my career. And I always say, you know, people say, oh, you're such a good director. Actually, I just cast very well. And it makes my life so much easier when you hear Leslie Jordan's voice in your head as you're writing. So I feel very, very fortunate that many of these actors worked with me and still work with me and are still my friends.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, then, yeah, of course, then Leslie become an icon, you know, in his own right. So, of course, we've got to mention him, too. Just brilliant. Now, I do want to make sure, Del, that we get to talk a little bit about, we don't have a lot of time left, but you've got some exciting things that are coming up. I know you can't give us all the details, but what can you tell us? I know a little bit about this, so tell us what you can.
A couple of things. You know, 2020 was supposed to be my return to the stage, and I had two plays that were I mean, I did get to do This Side of Crazy here in LA, but a very sordid wedding. The stage production got delayed, so I do want to return to the stage again once we can all congregate safely. And then I also, during the pandemic, teamed up with Emerson Collins, and we created a new TV show, and we just sold it. I can't tell you that much about it, but I will tell you it is a dark, twisted comedy.
And I'm sure it will be classic. So all I can ask, Del, is when that's ready, if you'll come back here and talk to us about that.
Absolutely. You know I will. I'll plug.
So promotion's what it's all about. It actually is. So
yes.
We've got just a little more time, though. What can you tell people in the final minute that we've got here on the show, working with someone like a Leslie Jordan, and then seeing what Leslie, you know, I mean, he continues to just amaze and thrill everybody, and of course his whole Instagram following, you know, is just phenomenal. So what can you tell people that they might not know about Leslie Jordan?
That's very tough because Leslie is so apparent. He tells everything. There's not a lot of secrets. In fact, I always say, do not tell Leslie a secret because everybody else will know it. But I will tell you this. He is a kind-hearted, beautiful human being. And one Christmas Eve, he and I were doing cheating in Kansas City, and we were making hardly any money on stage. And we had this waitress who told us that she was working on Christmas Eve. Her husband had left her, and she wasn't going to be able to give gifts to her children. And Leslie said, let's give her our per diem. And so we each gave $50, and that was our weekly per diem. And that's the kind of human he really is.
He is just terrific. I don't know if you remember this. We've just got about 30 seconds left, but do you remember the time that you and Leslie were here? You were on one of your tours, and we all went out to lunch, and then Leslie wanted to go to Crystal's, and we went to the Crystal's in Green Hills, and he held court right there in the Crystal's.
That waitress that could have been played by Sarah Hunley was so upset.
Absolutely. Del, it has been the pleasure of a lifetime to have you on the show, so we'll look forward to you coming back soon. All right, we'll look forward to everything that's coming your way and our way, Del's way. All right, if you want to go more for Del Shores, just go to delshores.com, and we'll see you on the next Out and About Today.